What is up, guys? Mega Matt here with another pickups video for the month of June. Got quite a bit of stuff this time. A lot of garage sale pickups, which is good for me. So we're just going to jump right into it. We'll start off with some game store grabs I picked up. This game I saw looked interesting. I've seen these in the past. It's kind of a remix. It has little mini games in it and everything. But for the Nintendo DS, we have Space Invaders Extreme 2. So I was happy to get that. And then I saw this in the case, and I have been looking for one of these for a while. And every time I find them, either the system, the battery cover's missing, or there's scratches on the screen, or it's just in really rough condition. But this one is actually really nice condition. And I think it was priced for 20 bucks, which normally this goes for around 30, so not too bad. But I got a red Game Boy Pocket, so happy to add this to the collection. Trying to get all the red handheld systems. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but red's my favorite color, so I don't know. We'll see how if that actually happens or not. One of the last things I got, I didn't really get a lot from the game store. Most of the stuff I got this month was garage sale or Facebook pickups. I got this probably last week. This is based off, this game, PS2 game's based off of anime. If you're not real big into anime, like I'm not real big into it, there's only a few I really like. But this was actually made into a movie recently, a live action movie. But this has an interchangeable cover art. So, but for the PlayStation 2, we have Ghost in a Shell Standalone Complex, and I'm gonna try and show you guys. So there's the cover that was in, and here's the reversible cover. So pretty cool. You can have either or. Cover to display in your game room, game shelf, whatever. So that was cool. I thought I'd pick that up. Alright, next we'll do these. Okay, we'll do the. So I found this on, I believe it was OfferUp. It's either OfferUp or Letgo, which are like two apps that you can get on your phone. Basically, people just selling stuff. I saw this and it was priced fairly decent, so I thought I'd take a stab at it. I paid 60 bucks for this, but what it is we got a black original 3DS. It does have some scratching on it on the corners. It looks like it was actually dropped a few times. I don't know if you guys can see that. But it does work. It came with the charger, and it came with one game, which is Scribblenauts Unlimited. So for 60 bucks, I thought, hey, 3DS nowadays, usually used ones, they usually go for around 100 bucks. So I thought for 60 bucks that was a pretty good deal. And then I got this on that other Mercari, app site I have. This is a Mega Man game I do not have. It's a DS game, so it's like one of those Mega Man like battle network games that I really are not really into. But when I come across them for a decent price, I will pick them up. They're not on my like go-to list, but if I'm looking and I see one that's decently priced, I'll pick it up. However, this one I did pick up, but it has no manual. It's just kind of a bummer. But I have not really seen this out in like game stores or anywhere. But we have Mega Man 3 Star Force Red Joker Edition. So I'm on the lookout for a manual for that one. Hopefully I come across it soon. Alright, let's get into, this is another Letgo find. This was a crazy find. So, I posted these PS1 games, 6 of them, and he wanted $5 for all of them, and I just thought that was kind of weird. I was like, $5. I messaged him, I'm like, why $5? And I was like, $5 for all of them? And he's like, yeah. A lot of them, he said, a lot of them are scratched, so that's why I'm selling them cheap. But okay, so I did. I ran over there, got the games and everything, and then so first I'll show you the games, and then he threw in like a bonus thing. They are pretty scratched up, but I think you can clean them if they like have resurfaced or not. They will probably clean up pretty good. But let me go through the games real quick. We have Martian Gothic. What is this? There's some stickers on here. Ace Combat 3, Electrosphere. We got Classic Rayman, Green Label. EA Knockout Kings 2001. Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko, which is a pretty awesome game. The best one is the original Silent Hill. Do not have this for PS1. I have like Silent Hill 2 and 3, I believe, but I never got around to getting the first one. And believe it or not, this disc is like the least scratched out of all of them, so that's freaking awesome. And this game actually goes for like 30 bucks now, 30, 40 bucks, which I don't know why, because I think there were a lot of copies of it, unless it's just gone up and over the time. So then he comes out, so then I get to his house, and then he comes out, and he has this like PS2 DVD case, and he's like, "Oh, I found 3 more games. You can have them for free. I'll just throw them in with the bundle." I was like, "Sweet, man." So the games are Atlantis: The Lost Empires for PS2, Tomb Raider 2 for PS1, and then this last game. I could not believe when he showed me this. And this game is pretty scratched up, but I'm definitely going to get it resurfaced. But for PlayStation 1, thrown in was Tomba 2. I've never played Tomba before, or Tomba 2, so I'm really excited. I'm going to get this resurfaced, and I hope to God this works, because this game alone, just like this disc by itself, it goes for around 40 bucks. So for him to throw that in for free is pretty freaking awesome. Alright, next, let's see. Went out garage sailing a couple weeks ago, the beginning of the month actually, and went to a what do you call it, community garage sale, and went up to a house that had a Wii system with Super Mario Bros. Wii. The lady wanted like 65 bucks for that bundle, which I wasn't gonna pay for. But then she had other Wii games like separate you could buy, I think, which I thought was kind of weird that she didn't bundle everything together. But I got these for like $2 a piece, which is kind of weird because some of these are okay. So for $2, you got Mario Kart Wii, which goes for like 20, 25 bucks on its own. Super Mario Galaxy and Wii Sports Resort. So for $2 a piece, I got those 3 games, which is kind of weird. And she wanted 65 for the bundle Wii with Super Mario Bros. Wii. So I thought that was kind of weird. But then I went to another house in the sale that had more Wii games, and I think these were $3 a piece. I think these were $3 a piece, but I got another copy of Wii Sports Resort, Super Paper Mario, which is a fun game. I've actually never really gone through the Wii game. Another copy of Mario Kart Wii, and then this one, which I'm happy to get to add to the collection. I got Mario Party 8 for the Wii, and I mean, that was for $3 a piece. That's a phenomenal deal. So, and then I went garage sailing with a guy that works at the game store that I go to. We've talked a lot, become pretty good friends and everything. And he wanted to go garage sailing with me one day, so we went to another community sale. We actually found a bunch of great stuff. I let him have most of the stuff since it was like his first time. There was some Pokemon games on the DS. Some kid was selling for 50 cents a piece. I mean, it was just crazy. Um, he also had a PS2 that he wanted like 30 bucks for. It's just crazy like that. But I did find some stuff, and I actually did a trade, like a trade after we were done garage sailing. I also found a bunch of Skylanders, which I'm not into Skylanders, but some of them I guess are worth some money. So I think that's all we found. We found a bunch of like Wii games and everything, but I traded the guy I went with. His name's Alex. I traded him these two Mario games for my collection, which I didn't have. I ended up spending probably 20 bucks, which is not bad at all. They spent way more than I did, but they let me have these two games out of all we got. So I think this was like 10 bucks. I think this was 5 bucks or 10 bucks. I don't actually remember what the prices were on these, but for 20 bucks, these two games is well worth it. But we got Super Mario 64, or Super Mario DS 64, however you want to say that. Do not have this game for the DS. I always wanted it. It's still in the $25, $30 range. That's what this game goes for. It's just ridiculous. I would never pay that much for this game. They have it at my game store. That's what they sell it for, which is bizarre. And then this game, which I was happy to find. I actually found this one. But I got Mario Party 8, and now I got Mario Party 9 on the Wii. Which, again, these Mario Party games, I don't know what the hype is all about, but they're like, I mean, they're just crazy expensive. It's just unreal. I think my game store sells this for $40, so it's just insane. And then we went to a pawn shop that I never been to. It's actually on the other side of town. I've seen this pawn shop before, like on ads and everything, but it's way on the other side, so I've never really gone around to get to it. But we decided to go in and look around, and they had a bunch of games and everything with no prices, but they priced all their stuff based on GameStop, what GameStop like sells their games for, which is kind of weird. I've never actually heard of it. I'm surprised they don't use eBay or whatever, which I'm kind of glad they don't, because it would be even more expensive. But they had some PS1 games, a stack of them. Some really good titles were in there. There was Crash Bandicoot 2. There was like I'm trying to think. There's Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3, I believe. Just some like titles you don't normally see all the time, but he took them over and they priced them, and they were all kind of overpriced except one they couldn't find for some strange reason, because the second one was in there. But I got this for $10. Crash Bandicoot. It's green label, but for 10 bucks. They couldn't find this in the GameStop system for some reason. I don't know. So, he was gonna. I think they were gonna say $5, but since he knew what Crash Bandicoot was, he just said $10. It's not a bad deal, but not a great deal. But the disc is in like really mint condition. That's why I picked it up. So, not a bad deal there. Oh, and then I forgot to mention these in the first community sale that I went to alone. Two older ladies were running the sale, and I asked about video games, and she said her son had some video games, but she didn't know what he was going to sell or everything. So I gave her my number, told them to call me, and 9 times out of 10 when you give out your number, they'd never call you back. But anyway. But that was a Friday, and then the sale went through Saturday, so I didn't hear anything. So I went back, and she said, "Oh yeah, my son actually had some Dreamcast games he wanted to get rid of." And then she said he had like a blue Dreamcast or something, but she never brought it out. I tried to get her to bring it out, but she didn't know where it was at or anything. But she sold me a stack of Dreamcast games. I think I offered her 20 bucks for all of them, and she took it happily. So, but we got disc only Air Force Delta. These are disc only, but the art that has the back art. Toy Commander, Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. I have a sealed copy of the Sega Dreamcast web browser. Not worth a lot, but anyway. We got Suzuki All-Star Extreme Racing. 102 Dalmatians, Puppies to the Rescue. And then the last two, which are the best two in the bunch, we have Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2. So 20 bucks for that stack. She said her son has a lot more stuff. So, you know, she has my number. She said that he will call me when he's ready to sell, but you just never know when that's going to happen, or it probably never will happen. Anyway. Let's go on to probably the best deal of the month here, and then I've got one more bundle to show you guys, and then that should wrap up the video. So this was a community sale, garage sale. However, one of the ladies in the sale posted some video games on Facebook and like the Facebook Marketplace. And she posted these complete in box N64 games, and I was just like, holy crap, you know, you never see these things. And luckily enough, I caught the post like right when she posted it, and I said, hey, could you hold these for me, you know, or could I come out, you know, tonight, I'll grab these tonight. And she's like, okay, I'll hold them, but I'm only holding them for like 15 minutes because there was like 3 or 4 other people that messaged her. So I like ran and got in the car and drove over there as fast as I can, and they were still there, thankfully. And it turns out they were having a like evening garage sale, like pre-garage sale. I don't know, people that wanted to set up early and sell stuff early. So there were like 5 or 6 houses that were doing that. So I ended up going around, and I only found one other thing, but I got these all complete in box N64 games. I believe I paid 60 bucks for them, which is kind of on the steep side, but I went ahead and paid that because she did hold them for me, so I figured that was fair. But I'll just go through them for now. We got Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers. These are all complete in box. Boxes are in really good shape except for one, which is probably the best game in the lot. But that's how it goes sometimes. We got Cruisin' World. Lego Racers. And then the best two here, we got the original Castlevania on the N64 complete in box. And then this was one which box kind of sucks, but complete copy of Mario Kart 64. So the box, you can kind of see it's kind of bent, and it's got some like creases and everywhere. But all that for 65, not a bad deal, I don't think. That was pretty awesome. I asked if she had any more stuff. She did have an N64 system, but she wanted like 65 or 70 bucks for that, and she wasn't going to go down on the price. That did have the expansion pack in it, though, but I passed on it. I didn't really need it anyway. But she said her ex-husband moved out and never took the games, so she said she was selling them, which is kind of weird. And then right across the street, there was another sale. They had some PS2 games, a lot of kitty games. They were all priced at 50 cents a piece. This one was about the only one that was worth picking up. She said she had more stuff, but again, I gave her my number and never heard anything. But for 50 cents, I have for PS2, Scarface, The World Is Yours. So, pretty awesome that. Now let's get on to the last pickup of this month. This was a Facebook, I believe, pickup. A guy posted a GameCube with like a bunch of loose games on the Facebook page, and I messaged him. However, I was too late. Somebody else was like on their way to pick it up. So I asked the guy if he had any more games, older games and everything, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff." And he sent me a bunch of pictures, and I'll tell you what I can't tell. I'll tell you guys what I paid after I show everything. Um, but he lives in Janesville, Wisconsin, which is like probably about a 45-minute drive from here. However, he was willing to meet me halfway, which is Beloit, Wisconsin, which is only about 30 minutes away. So I agreed on that. We met up and gave him the money, and I will show you guys what I got. I'll start with, I'll tell you what I got with systems. I'm not going to show all the systems. They're just regular systems, nothing. But I got a Super Nintendo with one controller and all the hookups. And then an N64 with 4 controllers. All the hookups. It did not have the expansion. Came with, I think, 2 rumble packs and like 2 memory cards, 2 generic memory cards, and then all these games. Well, first, and then he had some handheld systems too, so I'll show these really quick. He had a what do you call this? Glacier Blue Game Boy Advance, really nice shape. Has a battery cover. And then this, which is missing the screen cover, but I already have this, but this is cool to come across this again. This is a red original Game Boy. Red original Game Boy. It's missing the screen cover. I do have a red original Game Boy that I got a couple months ago, but that has a battery cover as well, so that was awesome. And then, let me get the games here. So he had more N64 games than anything, which I thought was kind of weird, but whatever. He had some Sega Genesis games, but he did not have the system, or he couldn't find it. I don't know what the story was. I gave him my number, or he has my number and everything. He said if he finds it, he'll let me know, but like I said, 9 times out of 10, you never hear anything. But for Sega Genesis, we have Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition, Jurassic Park, and last game is NBA Jam TE, which is Tournament Edition. And then for Super Nintendo, like I said, not many games, but good games nonetheless. Donkey Kong Country 1 and Donkey Kong Country 2. And then he had a Super Game Boy adapter, which I have one of these already as well. For the Game Boy Advance, he only had 3 Game Boy games and 1 Game Boy Advance game, which was kind of a bummer, but we got FIFA Soccer 96, Battletoads, which is a pretty good one, Pokemon Yellow, that's probably the best one in there. And then this is a bootleg copy of Pokemon Fire Red. I could not see this really good in the picture. It was a faraway picture, but you could tell this is actually fake. I don't know if you guys can tell. The Nintendo logo doesn't look right, and then the Fire Red, the label should kind of match the cartridge. And the Pokemon looks a little off. I don't know if you guys can tell or see that. But another way of telling these are bootleg is like the cases they're in are like a harder plastic. And when you do open this up, the board actually has a bunch of weird connections and everything. So that was kind of a bummer, but I'm not too upset about that. But then the N64 games, which is the best part of this deal, which is crazy. So, but we've got 14 games here, so I'm just gonna run right through them real quick. So we got NHL Breakaway 98, NBA Hang Time, Madden Football 64, not 1 but 2 copies of Rush Extreme Racing, Pokemon Snap. Gotta have your Super Mario World 64. GoldenEye, another great game. Jet Force Gemini. Banjo-Kazooie, Star Fox, and not one, but 2 copies of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And then the best game in the whole lot was a copy of Mario Party 1. Like I said, Mario Party games just crazy. They go for extreme amount. Okay, so I got all that stuff with the systems, and I paid $150. I know that's a little high than what I really want to pay, but I think it was a good deal, and he was willing to meet me halfway, so I paid the $150. So, and that's all for this month. Some good stuff I got. We'll see what brings next month, and until I see you guys next time.